morning. I'm just waiting. Okay. Good morning. And this is our 10 o'clock or slightly after 10 o'clock morning meditation. And so this week is a week where we work with sound with ourselves. So I would invite you, since you're all at home and no one can hear you, to actually to join in. Yeah, you will. It's a good thing to do because it helps you to sense yourself more and sense those different parts of your body more, and also to develop a better, a more connected relationship with yourself. So by directing the consciousness to those parts, to those chakras, and we know that there are various organs which are in the body, and when we sound to particular chakras, it's going into the organs which are around that chakra. Yeah, so the bladder, the lower belly, and the base of the spine, and the perineum, the bladder for the root chakra, which is at the base of the spine, and then we come up to the sacral, which again is the large intestines and the sexual organs, and then the sacral as we come up. Sorry, that's the sacral, and when we come up, it's solar plexus, and there are lots of things here in the middle of the body. We have the kidneys and the adrenal glands. Perhaps that might be more within the sacral region, but it kind of overlaps the two parts really. And we have this pancreas, the spleen, and the liver, and it's coming up into the stomach and coming up into the heart chakra in the middle of the chest. You have your heart, your lungs, and as you go slightly higher up, you have the thymus gland, which some people call the higher heart chakra. Then we come up to the third chakra, and we have the thyroid gland and your larynx, and we come into the head, pituitary gland, which is right behind the third eye, and the pineal, which is connected to the crown, which is right in the middle of the brain. So what I'll need you to do is to ensure that your back is straight. I'm not standing up because I just can't quite seem to set both the laptop and my phone up so that that you get the shot of me as you need to. So I'm going to sit down, but it's a good idea. It might make it easy for you to stand up, and then if you need to get into your feet in a much easier way, then it's best to stand up really. So we're just going to have a quick meditation where we bring light gently into our bodies, and to help to start this process, and then we'll go into sounding the 7 main chakras in the body. But we're also, the reason why I'm focusing as well on the earth style, which is supposedly the chakra below the feet, like a foot below the feet, is, and this is not just connected to the feet, it's connected to the rest of your body. Yeah, there's no disconnection, even if you can't see or you can't perceive that connection. But I really believe it's our connection to earth. And I've been getting a lot more sensation in my feet and my legs through Damien Wynn's vaccine detox program, and also his infinite being program. It's increased quite a bit, and I'll write about that on my blog for next month, so I'll share it on Facebook as well. As more, it's been very interesting when I meditated yesterday what came up for my feet, and what was in the Mayans ancestral line, and then possibly for a lot of other Oriental women as well. Okay, but anyway, that's a separate thing. But I've been really called, and it's that this work needs to be done, and we really need to connect to the earth in a much more conscious way. And so working with the earth star chakra, and working with the space below the feet, and feeling our connection there, even if you don't really believe in chakras, or you don't believe there is a chakra there, then you can think about that connection, that energetic connection below the feet or through the feet with the ground. Okay. And we're like I said yesterday, we're working with the vowel and the consonant sounds. They're mainly ha, with a ha, and then the vowel like ha, ho, hu, hai, hey, and then finally in the crown it's ai. So first starting with a consonant and one vowel, and then becoming two vowels, and then extending it for just vowels for the crown. But like I said yesterday, we do the sounding 3 times for each of the chakras, and I tend to go up just a tone, and using this to set. This is too high, but going down an octave. Oh, and oh. So there we are. If it's too high for you or too low or whatever, please change it as you feel you need to. But if you were to do this on your own and you felt that you needed a different sound, different consonant, no consonant, just vowel, or just consonant, so I would go with it. Yeah, because we're constantly evolving. And I think things which might have been okay for us a couple of thousand years ago might be okay as a starting point, but then we take that as a starting point, and then we launch into what our intuition is asking us to do. Yeah, we need to really know ourselves and know our bodies and be guided by that, because everyone has their own wisdom. Yeah, you can have a teacher who kind of set you off, but you don't want someone telling you, no, it's got to be like this all the time. This is the way it is. Because if you think, no, I feel like I need a different sound now, then you must go with your intuition. Okay? So make sure you support your back, support your feet. I'm a shorty, so I'm sitting on the edge of my chair so that I can get my feet on the ground. So take a few deep breaths, connect with your breath. We're always connecting with our breath because it helps us to slow down. And in slowing down, start to feel all the sensations that your physical body is relaying to you. Feel the sun. Maybe I can feel some sunshine on my feet as the light is coming and the wind is coming through my open door. East facing, so the light's coming from the east at the moment in the morning. Perhaps you can smell something. I can smell my incense. And by doing this, we are grounding ourselves more in our bodies. We are not just floating in space. Somewhere around here, you actually are becoming more present and more grounded. And perhaps I can still taste a little bit of chocolate. I had a bit of chocolate because I haven't had my breakfast yet. I thought I need a little bit of sugar too. And chocolate, yes, just to give me a little boost of energy. I did have my thyme, my fresh thyme, dried thyme with honey this morning for my throat. Thyme, interesting thymus. But it's really good for coughs, and I had a cough from December to about March, start of March. Ooh, maybe it was the coronavirus, who knows. But yeah, it wasn't constant, but it would come up at times. And I found that thyme, dried thyme, but sprigs of thyme with boiling water and with honey is really, really, really good. It's lovely. Really lovely, warming for the body and good for the throat. Full of vitamins and antioxidants, I'm sure. So feel your feet on the ground. Keep your back straight. Slow your breath down to what's comfortable. Imagine yourself surrounded by pure light. Now, you can imagine this as spirit, source. And you can imagine it as gold, silver, platinum, pink, pinkish purple, unconditional love. So see what you're guided to do. I like the gold, which is supposed to be the consciousness of love, pure love, without conditions, unconditional. And I like a little bit, as you usually tend to see a bit of silver or platinum in it as well. And diamond's been coming in. And so on the next breath, you can visualize. It's probably quite a good thing if you want to keep grounded by watching this video and keeping your eyes open while you're sounding as well. So on the next in-breath, draw in all that light and color through the top of your head, down into the center of your brain, into your pineal gland. And just imagine or see or feel your pineal gland, which some say is like a pine cone. It's filling up with this light. Completely filled with light and radiating light. And this beautiful light starts to enter the brain, the rest of the brain, both sides, left and right, down into the brain stem, into the skull, into any marrow there is, into all the joints. It's quite windy, it's beautiful. Into the frontal lobe, into the pituitary gland, into the eyes, sockets, ears, nose, cheekbones, upper jaw, mandible, teeth, gums, tongue. So this light is flooding into the whole of your head, flooding into your brain. And it's clearing and transmuting any old thought forms, limiting beliefs, any sort of resistance to you opening up to your own inner wisdom. Yeah, any old thoughts of unworthiness, of not deserving, unloved, not good enough. So all this light is shifting this and moving it out and transmuting it into more gold light. So any physical detoxing is also coming out very, very, very smoothly and very, very gently, and it returns to wherever it needs to go, or if it is to be transmuted, then let it be transmuted. Yeah, so we're allowing this to work on many levels, not just the physical level, but the energetic bodies as well, because we keep stuff. Sometimes it gets stuck in the energy bodies too. Yeah, they're all programs and chips which may need to be destroyed, cleared, transmuted. That was what I was getting either today or yesterday, that for many of us there are lots of chips around the back of the head, back of the neck, and it's time for them to be destroyed. No longer serve us. And none of this stuff is, we give permission for them in. No one put them in without, like at night when you're sleeping and you're not aware. Though sometimes those things can happen and you're there saying, yeah, it's okay. I'm okay to have this for the time being. But at this time in the world, it's appropriate to get rid of them. Anything which limits you, limits your connection with source, limits your connection with your pure soul, your spirit, it is time for it to be cleared and transmuted and removed. So So we welcome in our families of light, all the angels, the light beings, all the star families we work with, all the spirit animal guides, all the elementals as well, and the plant and the tree peoples, and we welcome them in, and the crystal divas as they join us, all of us, helping to hold space and hold a vibration for us so that we see truth and we understand our sovereignty on this planet and our divinity, that we are spirit having a human experience. So as this light washes through the head, it starts to come down the spinal cord, through all the joints, all the marrow, into the ribs, through all the nerves, right to the nerve endings, and it's shifting and clearing and transmuting stuff that is no longer needed. And as Damien says, it's bringing more space so that when we start to draw in, I like to do this first, and then we draw in our pure spirit, which could be gold, silver, platinum, diamond, anything. So this light is pouring into our thyroid, into the tongue, throat, the back, the front, the left, the right, and the top and bottom of the throat. Again, moving and shifting anything any old blocks to you speaking your truth and speaking your mind. Perhaps allowing us to do this in the most love-filled way. Not necessary. Some anger is fine, yeah. But I think if sometimes it's a good, anger is wonderful for setting boundaries, and I find that anger comes after hurt as well. So it's absolutely fine to express that. But after a while, it might take speaking with love. It might help us to be heard a little bit more clearly. But if the anger part has to happen first, then, well, then perhaps that's what needs to happen. So breathe in and see and imagine, visualize, taste. It's light, just liquid, like liquid gold, liquid platinum, liquid diamond. For me, diamond is like very, very clear with little bits of rainbow colors, but mainly pink and gold. For me, at least. It can be a bit different for you. Go ahead with your intuition. So it's coming into the thymus, down the shoulders. Previously it came down all through the spine, right down to the tailbone. And now it's going into the thymus, going into the shoulders, shoulder blades, the muscles, the lymph, the bones, again the blood, bone marrow, nerves. Coming down the arms, into the fingers, down into the lungs and into the heart. And breathe in. And now I'd like to invite your spirit in through your crown, following and spiraling in, taking up all the place that all this beautiful source light has shifted for us. As we move all these old thoughts and feelings, it creates more space. It also creates a different, hi Michelle, it also creates a faster spin in your atoms. It goes beyond just the cellular level, yeah. So you're filling your all the cells of your body and down into the atomic level and the subatomic level with your spirit. So imagine or visualize, feel your spirit light coming in and following the route that beautiful source light followed and came through. So into the pineal, left, right hemispheres, down into the brain stem, into the frontal lobe, into the pituitary, taking up all the space which has been released, which has been made available through all the old familiar thoughts, ancestral thoughts, restrictions, beliefs, old beliefs which don't serve you now, old vibrations, outdated vibrations, negative vibrations, positive ones we want to keep, and shifting any toxins as well, physical, mineral toxins, and into the rest of the head, the eyes, the ears, the nose, the jaw, the mandible, the tongue, the teeth, the gums. Yeah, it went into the pituitary and it's flowing into the throat chakra. Oh, I can really feel that. And it's also follow the root down the spine, into the ribs, right down to the tailbone, the base of your spine, into the rib cage, sternum, all the nerves. Remember your vagus nerve as well, going back up into the brain. It's amazing. And into the lungs, thymus, thyroid, and heart. And together, spirit light, source light, and your spirit light move into the solar plexus with the liver, the stomach, spleen, pancreas, small intestines, clearing and transmuting with your spirit, your pure soul energy, taking up, inhabiting, anchoring into all your cells and your energy body as well. And then down into your sexual organs, into the large intestines, kidneys, adrenals as well, into all the hip bones, all the joints, all the muscles, all the nerves, all the lymph, all the blood, all the marrow, all the spaces between the organs, all the interstitial fluid. And your spirit is going into all of these as well, and now into the root chakra, into the bladder, the last of your, so into your anus, your rectum, I think I said bladder, pelvis, hip bones, sit bones, down into your legs, through the thighs, knees, shins, calves, heels, ankles, heels, arches, toes, and down into your Earth Star chakra, feeling that, and going down and going through all the layers of earth, physical and energetic. And as we go and anchor into the center of the Great Mother, she receives us with open arms, takes us into her bosom, and reminds us how much she loves and cherishes us. So anchor that spirit, your spirit and source light, into either the energetic center, the pure starlight center of the earth, or the physical core of the planet, which some people say is crystalline. So choose, or you can anchor into both. Take a deep breath. And the Great Mother gives her energy to us as well. And it spirals up. The source and our spirit energy, which we've sent down and anchored. And it spirals up. The Great Mother Earth energy comes up. And it meets and it floods into our Earth Star. For me, it activates my feet. Comes up through the soles of my feet, through the toes, bones, bone marrow, cartilage, muscles, into the heels, the ankles, up the legs, knees, thighs, all the bones and the bone marrow, again the muscles, the nerves, each and every joint. I'm burping because it's clearing as well for me, letting go of stuff. So if you find yourself burping, yawning, try not to fall asleep. Do it in a so that you really sense this. It becomes really real for you. So yawning, burping, farting is fine. You're just moving stuff. Okay, things are flowing, which is a good thing. So it comes up through the hips, hip bones, sit bones, pelvic bones, joints, muscles, tendons, into the tailbone, up the whole spinal cord, all the bones, marrow, tendons, joints, and into the nerves, into all the nerve endings through the whole body, bladder, into the large intestines through rectum, anus, yep, all parts, and into the sexual organ, spiraling into the higher large intestines, and then entering the kidneys and the adrenal glands, coming up into the solar plexus with the spleen, the pancreas, the liver. Imagine coming it up and flooding all these organs with pure love, pure light, whatever color you perceived from earth, and then coming up into the heart, the lungs, diaphragm, stomach, throat, thymus gland, the rib cage, the sternum, into the shoulders as it goes into the neck, down the arms, lymph system for the whole body, blood system for the whole body as well, into the tips of the fingers, into the whole of the throat, into the throat chakra, larynx, into the mandible, the upper jaw, and the brain stem, the occipital region, into the ears, up into the nose, eyes, pituitary, pineal, into all parts of the brain, left and right, frontal, the skull, the joints, flooding all of that, and then up into source. Let's see how your body feels. Does it feel different? I just feel a lot more awareness around my ears and my head. My feet feel very different. So, we sound, and the first sound for the root. So we will be doing root, sacral, solar plexus, heart, throat, third eye, and crown. And the sounds are ho, hu, ho, ha, hai, hey, ai. Okay, and what I've really enjoyed working with the earth star is ma, probably because it's that connection with earth, who is a great mother, I suppose, in some cultures. Okay, so like I said, it's an octave below this. Okay, can't do it so high. If you want to 3 times to just set yourself up, go ahead. If that note doesn't work for you, choose a different one. Doesn't have to be the same. Okay, so we will sound 3 times. It's ho, 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 ho. Okay, so that works for me. Ho. So I'll say 1, 2, 3, take a breath, and then just sound. Okay, and try, don't just partake with my sound. Use and work with your sound. Okay, and change it if you need to. So 1, 2, 3, take a breath. imagine directing that sound to the base of your spine and to your perineum. Okay, one more time. Okay, the next one is who. Okay, so take 1, 2, 3, take a breath and sound. Okay, it's who. 1, 2, 3. Who. So direct your breath, imagine your breath and the sound coming into your sexual organs. That's king. And one more time. So that's the sacral, and it's ho for the solar plexus. Okay, and you can practice doing this, and it makes a bigger sound. I'm trying to open my mouth a little bit more. Okay, so it's ho. 1, 2, 3, take a breath. Ho. Heart is ha. 1, 2, 3, take a breath. Last one. Into the throat. Hi. Okay. 1, 2, 3, take a breath. Third eye. Hey. Ooh, getting higher. Okay. 1, 2, 3, take a breath. Deep breath. Hey. Excuse me. Okay, so the third one, third time for the third eye. Yes, King. too high. Anyway, let's do this. So 1, 2, 3. And let's take the focus to the space below our feet, which I call the Earth Star. And I'm going to use Ma, but it's choose any tone you like, okay? Go with it. And if it needs to change, if you need to sing, go ahead, okay? 1, 2, 3, and take a deep breath. And I'm just expressing my love for the planet. So if you find yourself breaking into more vowel sounds, into extended sounding, that's just an example of what you can do, but find your own way. And I've had the course for a couple of weeks now, and it's on Udemy, but it's this is this squirrel which is trying to get more nuts from my window, so I leave it a little small group of nuts so that I can eat. But there's a singing course, and so I've been scrunching up my face because I'm trying to go into cry mode, which is like when you're whimpering and crying, because according to the gentleman who's teaching it, it lengthens your vocal cords, and it's much easier to extend your vocal range without damaging your larynx, I think. So anyway, I will post it on so you can, I think it was quite cheap at that time, it's like £20. It's quite an extensive singing teaching course, so you can check it out if you like. So that's just an example. If you wanted to go through, I'm going to stop here. If you wanted to do more sounding and more work with your chakras and the organs in that area, if you felt you needed to work more with your lungs, especially at this moment in time, as it's affecting our respiratory system, this virus, it's supposed to, and the heart, if there's a lot of grief and fear in the emotional center, in the solar plexus, or any anger, which I find tends to log in the liver. So you can start to sing to yourself, and you can start to play with the sounds, and see how your body feels. Do you start to burp a little bit more? Do you feel I feel twinges sometimes. Excuse me, well, that's me moving my stuff. I feel twinges in my liver sometimes, and I feel shifts in my womb. Or sometimes I feel something heavy, and just given a bit of detoxing and a bit of self-care, it tends to shift. Okay, so I hope that was useful for you, and if you go into what sounds like gibberish to you, don't worry. We all have our own kind of language, and it's, some people call it light language, and I would just go with it because it's the voice of your soul. and you're saying, you're speaking to your body what it really needs to hear. So sounding is, and sound healing and gong is just an amazing tool. And with sound, it doesn't have to be loud. Though sometimes if there are a lot of blockages and it's really tight, especially emotional stuff, and it's like this, sometimes a strong sound can help to just let it open up a bit. Yeah. So it's a brilliant way to work. And so if you need someone to help you with that, I do one-on-one sessions. And so you can, especially nowadays, you can just book one online, or you can book one and we can do it on Skype. So thank you very much, and I hope you have an absolutely wonderful day. It's so sunny, it's gorgeous, and we're going to go out for a walk in a little while into the woods and just enjoy the color and the birds and the trees and the vibration and the lovely oxygen that we get from the trees as well. So thank you very much. Make sure you drink enough water. Don't rush off and do anything. Hi, Mina. Don't rush off and do anything until you're really completely grounded, and I hope that you manage to keep your eyes mostly open so that you're doing it whilst you're aware and you're present. So you should be reasonably grounded. That's my cat. She wants treats. So yep, enjoy the day. Do some cross crawl. Eat some protein if you need to be more grounded and present. Just feel your body, feel all the sensations your physical body is relaying to you, and use your breath to come back even deeper and embody your spirit, your pure soul even more in this body. Yeah, so that's the whole point of doing this work. It's just shifting stuff so you can embody more of your light, which is what we all need. We all need everyone doing this because it's pure love. Okay, so thank you very much, and hopefully I will see you tomorrow when we do more of this. Okay, and goodbye for now.